What's up now? We got Big O in the building. How you doing?
You already know the business. Yes, sir. You already know the business. I'm in the place.
All right, all right. Just make yourself comfortable.
For sure, for sure. What it do? What it do?
I don't mean to offend you, but what makes you so angry?
It's not that I'm angry. It's basically life. You know, we all go through things, but I went through quite a bit in my lifetime, and it just basically molded me to the person that I am today. I know a lot of people say that I come off as aggressive and angry. You know, it sounds like I'm always pissed off about something and stuff like that. No, it's just like when I when I stand on something and I believe something, I be dead ass, man. Um, I rarely play games. You know, I guess you can say that I'm basically serious with a lot of stuff that I be speaking on because I truly believe what I speak. You know, like they say, like, you mean what you say what you mean, and mean what you say. That's basically who I am, you know. And then when I say what I mean, I must stand on it. And, you know, that's just the person that I am. I just stand on business and I believe what I believe in, and it ain't no changing that. You feel me? Sure.
Do you think this world is backwards?
Oh, most definitely. I most definitely think the world is backwards. Everybody hustle backwards in this world. You know, you got basically good is bad, bad is good. The things that like the morals that I grew up on, the standard and morals I grew up on. I mean, nowadays they don't even have standards or morals. They don't have no shame in their game or nothing like that. I mean, to me, just to keep it a buck with you and speak my mind, they move pretty lame, you know, nowadays. You know, because the things that they do now, you know, the way I grew up, you'll never catch us doing that, fam. Different generation, a different time, and yeah, I truly believe the world move backwards and they hustle backwards. Everything they do is basically backwards. Basically, in my opinion, facts, for real.
Have you ever been lied on?
Oh man, have I ever been lied on? Most definitely, I've been lied on plenty of times. I think the biggest lie that I was involved in was when my son's mom told him I died in a car accident because she didn't think that he was gonna ever meet me, and she was trying to keep him away from me because she had ran off with him when he was like 6 months. You know, things didn't work out with us, so she ran off with him, went back to Minnesota, and I know I told this story before, but since you asked me, this is like the biggest lie that I was involved in. She took him back to Minnesota and dropped him off at his auntie house and said that she was gonna come back and get him, and never came back and got him. You know, and by time his people got in touch with me, not his mom, but his other people, another part of his family told me that they did everything that they possibly could, which I really appreciate them for that. I want to thank you for that, if reaching out to me about that. But by the time they got in touch with me, he was in a foster home. He was in foster care. Big ups to his foster mom. She took real good care of him, But what I was stuck on was not only that my son was taken out of my life at 6 months, and his mom just dropped him off like she just dropped him like a bad habit, never came back to get him, but she lied to him, as he got older, you know, and I'm pretty sure he wanted to know where his dad was, but she didn't want him to, basically to meet me, so she lied and told him that I died in a car accident. And by the grace of God, his foster mom reached out to me via Facebook, and we chopped it up for a minute, and she brought him to Illinois to come see me. And that's how I found out that his biological mom lied to him and told him that basically I was in a car accident. And she was, oh man, she was heated that we even met, because that lie really exposed her. The lie really exposed her, let alone, you're an unfit mother to leave your child, and saying that you're going to come get them and never come back to get them. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, I most definitely been lied on plenty of times. I've been lied on by family members and everything, on some weirdo stuff. But then again, majority of my family is cool. But yeah, my baby sister is weird as hell, and she ain't nothing but a lie anyway. But we already know the business on that. But yeah, I most definitely been lied on, and I really don't appreciate it. But I'm most definitely gonna approach it and speak on it.
I know you said you've been locked up. How was it?
Oh man, being locked up. Being locked up is crazy, man. What I learned about being locked up, first of all, how was it? It was to me, being locked up is like a living hell, because your mind tortures you, because all you got time for is to think. And you try to do everything up under the sun when you locked up. And what I mean by that is, me personally, I worked out a lot, walked the yard a lot, read a lot. I wasn't really that type of person to watch TV or nothing like that, but I do anything else, like play spades, stuff like that, just to pass the time. But I learned it's a lot of lame dudes, dudes that act like females when you locked up. I ain't never seen so many dudes gossip more than females until I actually got locked up in a joint. And it's not a pretty sight at all. I mean, not only that, you got a lot of dudes that's locked up and they ain't never coming home. So they do whatever they feel like they want to do, if you know what I'm saying. Things that, I really don't believe in. But being locked up is like hell on earth. It seems like the world stopped. We all know that the world don't stop. But when you locked up behind a wall, it's like the world it's on pause, because ain't nothing shaking up in there. Ain't nothing happening up in there. And just for grown people to tell you when you can eat, when you can't eat, when you got to get up, when you got to go to bed, and we all grown up in here. But I understand it's basically a punishment. It's not supposed to be a luxury. I understand that, but with the question that you asked me, how was it? It was lame. It was lame, man, just like the dudes that I was locked up with. For sure, for sure.
Well, Big O, I want to thank you for pulling up on your platform to give me a chance to know more about you and to ask you questions, because I know you always chop it up with other people, but
right.
Hey, I really appreciate that.
No problem.
Got a bigger insight on you, and it basically helps me understand the type of person that you are.
Right.
But I already know what you're going to do. You're going to get off in that track and spin in the wind.
You already know, for sure.
All right now. Well, we will be chopping it up again. But until then, I already know you're going to speak your mind for sure.
For sure. One.
One.